Honestly, I'm not the biggest horror fan, but I will be a horror fan if it's making me very nice money as to what this one went on unsold for. G'day guys, JT here. Welcome back to the channel, JT's Funky Finds. Guess what guys, this is part 4. This is so much fun and I am having an absolute blast bringing you on this amazing journey. But even more so, just seeing your feedback in the comments and saying, hey, I'm loving it too, please make more. So that's what I'm doing. This is another part, and this part is actually going to be showing you guys what we have sold this weekend only. So just 2 days of sales. We've done about 26, 27 sales. So I'm going to pick all them up, pick them out, put them on the table, show to you what they have gone on to sell for, and then I'm also going to answer your questions that you've been asking me over on YouTube, on previous videos, and on Instagram as well, and I guess help answer any of the questions that you may have from this media haul or just anything in general. So I'll dive into those questions later in the piece and answer them for you. So guys, let's get into it. Over the weekend, like I mentioned, so we've actually had 26 sales. We are returning one of the items because the gentleman is buying it from international and realized it won't work for him, so there is one that's been cancelled, but yeah, 26 sales out of all this is just phenomenal. I'll quickly go through with you what they sold for to give you a rough idea and leave the absolute showstopper. Can you guess from seeing this which one actually made the most money? I'm kind of surprised, so but you may not be, I don't know, but let's delve into this and yeah, show you what we've got. So Troll, so the first one here, we ended up selling that for $20. Now everything we do is postage as for free within Australia. We don't charge for postage within Australia. However, if you're going to ship it internationally, yes we do, because shipping is a killer going over. So $20 for that dude. Then we move on to Reanimator. This one ended up going out the door for $36. And now you also might find that we do a lot of auctions on our page, and we are going to be doing a lot of auctions on our store just to turn stock over a little bit quicker. You'll find most of our auctions are going to be starting at about that $20 price point, because that's the item price plus postage. So you could end up walking out with an absolute bargain. But yeah, that's how we're going to be managing our a lot of our items as well. So yeah, where we are at Night of the Zombies, this one ended up going for $90. This is being shipped internationally, so $50 for the item plus post, and then they had to pay a VAT fee on that. Then we've got the Silent Witness that ended up going for $15. Then we move on to Species 4. She went on for $11. Now this is the kickers. We ended up selling the Friday the 13th and the other part 3 to the same buyer. Now he ended up paying $79 just for this item on itself, and he then also went on to spend $79 for this man. So $79 each, and free postage, which actually works out better for us because then we're only sending it out in one lot. So that's a little bit handier. And now I'm going to leave the kicker to the end. But next up we've got Phantom number 2, which is this dude. He went on to sell for $20. So you might even find, you know, if they've been sitting there on the auction and nobody's been bidding, then you could snap it in at the last minute. Then we have got The Never Dead. That was a $20 sale. So postage for a VHS is around about that $10 mark. But you know, with my business plan, and I strongly encourage anybody, you don't even have to have a business to set up for one. If you're sending at least 8 parcels roughly a week, then I think it's a week, or in an 8-week period with my with Australia Post, you can work up and get a tier, and I'll talk to that a little bit more about at the end, as I do have some questions featured around postage. But yeah, The Never Dead, this went on to sell for $20. Then we work up to Andy Warhol, so we'll come back here, and these guys went on, this dude went on to sell for $56, $28. Then another Friday the 13th bundle. So then these two here, for both of them combined, went on to sell for $99. Is it these two? No, these two. $99.84. So not too bad considering if you know what we've spent on this haul. It's a pretty good deal for us. Then we sold these. It's actually up here that I placed them because I found them last. The Blake's 7. So series 1 2 and 3 we've got all went to different people. These all went to different people. We had this running as an auction. Number 1 went on to sell for $12.80. Number 2 went on to sell for $14.30. And then number 3 went on to sell for $12.80 as well. So we sold those. Next up was Doctor Who. Where'd you go? Doctor Who. That one went on for $11. Back to Silent Witness, $14.98. Pinocchio. I thought this was an absolute classic. I loved this when I saw it straight away in the clamshell. Bit of a, you know, just a Disney classic through and through. This one went on to sell. We had it just as a buy it now price for $45 on that one. Then we move over to going backwards. So we're going Deadly Spiders. Just a $10 one there. Nothing too exciting. Silent Night, Deadly Night. This was a cool one. This went on to sell for $50. Next up we have It, and that's a DVD that sold for $11.98. Next up is Jaws. Now this Jaws is actually going across the pond as well. So this is leaving Australia, and this ended up selling for $25 as it is in an auction. Then a postage on top, it's come to $63.37. Now we are going to get a nice little kickback from that because it doesn't cost that much for us to post. Like what's that, $40? We had it, I think that must have been calculated with the VAT fee, so I'll check that in a minute. Now, what one out of these two do you think sold for the most? Well, let's be honest, it's probably not going to be Little Britain. Now, Little Britain went on to sell for $49.98, which is still a sweet little purchase, little sale. It's the complete Little Britain collection. It does, I believe this comes in an actual case, but we didn't have it with the case. But guys, the real showstopper, the one, the creme de la creme, the one that I am very, very excited about, and I want to make sure that stays there. So guys, this is Sleepaway Camp. I know nothing about it. I have never watched it, but this one is a K-Tel video. Now, this was a specific release by them. This was an ex-rental VHS as well, so I want to be a bit careful there. A little bit of guts of your, in all honesty, I'm not the biggest horror fan, but I will be a horror fan if it's making me very nice money as to what this one went on unsold for. We started this as an auction for a 7-day auction, starting at a nice little $20. It then went on about, what was it, not even 24 hours, it went up to $180, and I was beside myself. I was in shock. I did not think that this could actually happen. And then later on, it then jumped, and I'll just give you the complete final price that this one went on to sell for. It went on to sell for $365. Now, this auction was ending about half an hour after the New York Comic Con release of the Funko Pops that I collect. So I stayed up because I wanted to watch the countdown for this. And for this to sell on for that amount of money, I was very baffled. I would think, you know, I guess for me, I know of Friday the 13th, I would think these would be up there in terms of price. But never did I ever think Sleepaway Camp would go on to sell for $365. Now, this one is staying in Australia as well, so free postage, and we are going to send this express and tracked and signature. We are going to look after this baby for that buyer. But holy guacamole, guys, I'm baffled and surprised. So yeah, guys, for a 2-day event in terms of just the weekend, for the sales that we did 26 sales with a grand revenue total of $1,305. Not bad when you're only spending around about, you know, roughly 4 to 6 cents per item from the massive haul that you can see over there that we still have to sort through and get through. So how insane is that? What a weekend. That was just incredible, and our minds were blown. Brent and I were just messaging each other over the weekend going, holy crap, we have definitely hit the gold mine when it's come to this insane haul that we have picked up. So guys, I'm going to pause it here. I'm going to find the questions that you guys have answered, and then I'm going to give you all those answers and sit down and delve into them a little bit with you. But yeah, if you have any questions as well, even after this video, drop it in the comments below. drop your questions and I'll happily answer them over this you know, series, because I think this series is going to go on for quite some time, because the amount of interaction, the amount of enjoyment that I'm seeing from you guys is just phenomenal. So question that I had is from Casey Melody. She did ask pretty much what is the cheapest and most efficient way to send a DVD. So what I always encourage, and this is what we do for all our sales, is we are always going to put our DVDs into this medium-sized Australia Post tracked envelope. Now, if you're watching the States, I'm sorry, with you guys in the States, you've got a lot of different postal opportunities, so I'm not going to be able to suggest anything that, if you're not in Australia, how to send your DVDs. But what we do is anything that's of lower value, so I would say anything under $25 or so, we're going to send it in this, and it's a single DVD size only, so just a single size DVD. What you do is you pop it in this medium-sized tracked envelope. It already gives you a tracking number. Now these cost, I think it's $4.90 per envelope, but if you buy them in a massive batch, you can actually save money. So we buy these in batches of like 200 plus, so it comes down to about $4.50 for us, and that's because we are batch buying. So the more you buy, the cheaper you're going to get it from Australia Post. But yeah, all you have to do is simply fill out the person's details there in the white space, or what we do is we actually have a label printer, and we have all their details on a label maker. It just shoots it all out for us, which is great. Then you input that green number there into eBay's ad tracking, and then on the back you can put your from details. Once again, we have it already done on the label maker. And then what I do is I actually put that, so I print 2 copies of their to address, I put another copy on the back here, and then I attach the green number to the back there, and I keep that on file. So that's just in case if I've input the wrong tracking number into the system and the person's wondering why isn't it showing up. Don't worry, it's happened to me in the past. So I do that for my own cross-referencing. So I put that in a file, and then that's it. So that's for a single DVD. So thank you, Casey, for asking. Hopefully that answered your question, but I always encourage, and that's just me personally, anything that I sell it with tracked postage, because the way the crazy world is going right now, the way the postage systems are going right now, for me it's peace of mind. It's how I like to run my business. I like to be assured that the customer is spending the money, so I want to give the customer the best service and give them tracked postage. That's just how I feel. I know there is people out there that will sell will post their DVDs out untracked, and obviously yes, it's going to be a lot cheaper. It's going to be like $2 or roughly, but for that extra $2.50, so a $4.50 outlay for me, I get peace of mind that I know it's tracked, I know it's going to arrive there safely, and that also encourages the buyer to leave good feedback. Now you can also put your DVDs into some like bubble slip cases. We are on the lookout. We're probably going to do a bulk buy of them, but obviously as we're just starting out with the DVD haul, we haven't got them yet. But yeah, you put these into a sleeve as long as they fit into this, which is, I think it's 20 millimeter thickness that you're allowed to put. Some Australia Post ladies at the counter have given me a bit of shtick for not having a letter, because it says domestic letter at the top there. But I've been doing this for years, guys, and I've had no issues. So that is how I will send a DVD. All right, we have a question from Collecting Andy, and this question is a bit particular in terms of, do we have any tension bodyboarding videos? Now guys, there is a lot of videos behind me, and sadly I have no idea what's in them until I actually pluck them out and list them up onto eBay. So the best thing to do is, what we do is follow our Instagram page, Outback Collectors, and also follow our eBay store. You can do that as well. If you're not familiar, you can actually follow the eBay store in itself, and every day we'll be listing new items. So anything in here, there is a lot. There's sports, there is I have seen a lot of sports that's in here. There is also like horror, action, children's. There are so many things in here, it's just nuts, that I can't tell you exactly what we actually have, because I don't even know myself, and I'm still delving through it all now. So thanks heaps for the question, Collecting Andy, but I sadly can't tell you if we have it or not. But just stay tuned to the Instagram account and to the eBay store, and every day you'll see what's coming up. And out of all this, we're making progress. We are. viewers' question is, what is the best and cheapest way to send out VHSs, and do you test it? The last part of that question, do you test it? Well, I have tested out these beauties because I've been rocking out to them while I have been listing. What have we got? John Farnham, Phil Collins, Michael Jackson, and Jimmy Barnes. So I've been rocking out to those ones lately. So I have tested them. To make sure they work, and they work just fine. But when it also comes to testing VHSs, as you can tell, we have a lot. So what we do is we go through the case thoroughly. We check the tapes thoroughly in terms of the look of them and how they are, but not in terms of if they're playable. There is some higher quality VHSs that we have tried out, yes, because if we're going to be selling it for quite a few $100s potentially, we obviously want to make sure that that tape is in good working order, but also best and cheapest way to send out a VHS. So I'll spin you around here. This is kind of what's going on over here at the moment. These are a couple of sales that we've actually done since the beginning of when I did my last part of the recording. So these actually sold overnight, but anything that is like of this caliber, this is a halo holographic, we'll go with that, VHS that we just sold as an auction item. Now we'll send that in a box. Everything that is definitely value over $20, we will bubble wrap everything and send it in a box. The beauty is when you've got the MyPost business plan, you do get savings as well. So if we had sent them anything under $20 and we still bubble wrap every VHS and we just send it in a tracked one, no, we don't save any money because these are purchased as a prepaid option, so you don't actually save money that way. But going forward, we are getting boxes because obviously we're still setting all of this up. So moving forward, yes, we'll be sending our VHSs in bubble wrap and in a box, but for the time being, anything that's under $20, we are just sending in a small tracked envelope or satchel. So thank you, Sharon, for that question. And that's that one, and I don't think there was any more questions from memory. But yeah, guys, I'm making piles, I'm making progress. It's a lot. Plus we also did that, we've done a bump at the swap meets only, what's today, 2 days ago, which you would have seen filtered through on Instagram. So that's been huge, and I've been trying to list all that stuff up just to get that items moving, because this is going to be a forever work in progress. But guys, I hope you enjoyed this one. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching, and guys, stay safe wherever you are. Have a ripper day. Guess what? You'll see me in the next one. See ya. Bye.